Hey, brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi back again. And this is another blast from the past. Let me greet everybody real quick. Avoiding Hardu Dog, Ola Oi to the main, Vasas Los Bonjour, Mes Mi, Ketabawani Konnichiwa, Niha Niama, Sani Bonani, Jumbo Barigani, Assalamu alaikum and Shalom. And so basically, I really had to go in on a woman who was pretending to be a man and tried to throw up confusion. And one of the things I want y'all to understand is this is when I started to have the epiphany to break things down between separating the black women from the melanated sisters, right? The women who identify as black women are against the Afro man. All right, and we should start looking to and for the melanated sisters. And melanated sisters should start sounding off loud and clear so that we know who they are. All right, so as we dig into this, this woman tried to make the egg most important, trying to relegate the seed to nothingness. All right, and to the Most High, while women are important, the seed is the thing that is important and significant. And there's a reason being for that. The seed is life that is created in the man. It's a living thing. All right, and what matters is the caliber of woman that the seed is planted in. Understand this. And so they try to put these scriptures up, but the scriptures that tells us who to stay away from were all black people, if we were going to say black. But all the nations were black, like melanated, deeply melanated. All right, but black is not a group, it's not a nation, it's not a being, it's a color from the land of Crayola. And so those still referring to themselves as this, I see as a problem. And you need to refer to yourself as human. All right, and come up with some other thing like melanin, melanated, because black is simply a color. Now, let's get into this. All right, hey YouTube, this is the Reluctant Nabi back again. And this, okay, I'm going to try to keep this Nabi shorts. Remember, I told you I was going to get back to a comment by I Am Slam. All right. And for a minute, I thought this was maybe a dude looking for understanding. But then, after reading another comment of theirs, it's a black female. And this is how I know it's a black female. All right. The other comment, they was talking about the importance of the egg. The importance of the egg. In nowhere in Scripture is any importance given to what egg the seed goes into. Right? Nowhere. All right. And so she's talking about this, that, and the other. But when the Most High comes down in one direction and stuff like that, he picks out men. And black women always throw Deborah in it and stuff. And Deborah wasn't really a leader. She was just default somebody that took over something that was supposed to be led by men. And nothing went well for them either. Like I said, every society that was led by a woman failed utterly, meaning disappeared. All right. Had it not been for the pyramids, we would know nothing about Egyptians. Oh, who did that? The men. Who built those? Men. All right. What do you know about Nubia? Not much. Why? What was the last thing that was there? They didn't get to have a history. Because the last thing that ruled them was a queen and they were absorbed by the Egyptians. Cleopatra killed off the whole Pharaoh line. It died with her. All right. Now, here's the thing. This is why, understand this now. This is why the whole line was killed off. Remember, Cleopatra had a baby with Julius Caesar. But that son was considered Roman. Why? Because his father was Caesar. That was his seed. You get it now? For you fools trying to make something, trying to make the seed not important, whereas the Most High said it is. Why? Because we protect. Right? So black women, because of these white laws, you don't think you need. We have people trying to pimp the scriptures. We have simps trying to pimp the scriptures instead of understanding it like a man, right? Oh, but wait a minute. Then, as I paid attention, this isn't a man talking. This is a female talking. All right? And I figured it by the next comment, right? And so, here we go. First, let's get some definition down. A bastard, right? Again, bastard. All right? In Deuteronomy, and this is coming from the Encyclopedia's International Standard Bible Encyclopedia, right? Bastard is all about the men, y'all. In Deuteronomy 23:2, probably the offspring of an incestuous union. So, basically, incest was prohibited, right? One of the problems is men, because of this false thing that the woman had to be a wife from in the tribes, were committing incest by taking wives from too close of a relationship. 2, all right, marriage within the prohibited degrees of affinity. All right, you will find those in Leviticus 19. I'll put them down. Okay, 18, 6 through 20. He put them down here, right? But I'm going to put them down so that you can see. He and his descendants to the 10th generation are excluded from the assembly of the Lord. Why to the 10th generation? Because that's how long it takes to get incestuous blood out of the bloodline. This is for men who marry black women within the family unit because they say, well, she's an Israelite and I can only marry another woman from my family line. That's bull. It's the man that makes you who you are. And it's about the Most High that you worship. If you worship other gods and idols, we're not supposed to deal with you or that culture. But people don't understand that the cultures of the Israelites and Hebrews were way bigger than that. All right? And all Hebrews were fair game. Right? And we know those by whether they worship the Most High or not. So, the black women should have been looking to get with circumcised men in the United States. That's how you can tell that they're Israelite. That's one of the qualifications. Circumcised men. All right? Now, let's see. Assembly of the Lord. See, driver at the place, right? Zechariah 9 and 6. After prophesying the overthrow of the 3 Philistine cities, declares of the 4th, a bastard, the Revised Version margin, bastard race, shall dwell in Ashad, meaning probably a mixed population of aliens and stuff like that. So, of aliens shall invade, settle in the capital of the Philistine. Sorry for the pause. I was thinking about something for a minute. In Hebrews 12 and 8 is the proper sins born out of wedlock. All right, so I discount the New Testament is because the New Testament falls into Roman definition because they're the ones that wrote the New Testament, the Flavians. And we got into that, and about 6,000 of y'all saw the video and know that I'm right on that. But proper sin of born out of wedlock, And when they say wedlock, they're talking about white people's thing. So again, you take yourself out of the Most High's commandments, and a man don't take a wife. He goes down and get permission for the white man, and he marries a woman with a license. Yeah, that's improper. Okay? Therefore, not admitted to the privilege of the paternal care and responsibilities as legitimate sons. All right? So, a legitimate son is one who knows his father. Period. All right? And there's two ways this can happen. If the mother takes him from his father, or the mother was a whore and she produced children and she's not able to know who the father is. Now, if the act of sex was in the midst of whoredom, like parties and stuff like that, all right, and she bears a son, then that son is going to be illegitimate. But if the acts of sex is in the confines of a relationship, whether the relationship goes long term or not, in the divorce, everything goes back to the father, because he is responsible. The women isn't. And even the women argued that when they got the laws overturned in the 70s to have the children go to the mother, they said, but we're not financially responsible. How do you expect us to be financially responsible? We need some more of the man's money to be financially. We need him to be financially responsible for these children, but we don't want him to be physically responsible for these children that are his seed. You see what I'm saying? So black women stole the seed by using the white women, and every black woman, now this is why I say black women. Every black woman that goes to child support court is guilty of this, and they will have no place. There are a lot of black women that do not, and they understand that they must build a rapport with the father. I had a good friend tell me that if me and my husband don't make it, I am going to take the children and I'm not going to let him raise it with some other woman, but it'll be okay for her to raise it with another man. Now, is a close friend of mine, so I'm not going to call names, but I will speak of the situation because it kind of pissed me off, right? This is the person that cheated on the husband twice and produced 2 children that do not belong to him, and that might be the reason that there is problems, right? So this is somebody that knows to read the Bible, that says they're going to read it, but went contrary to it, right? But even though they're the ones that are primarily responsible for being the one that went out, produced a bunch of children, 2 children possibly, from another dude, and the dude that she produced the children by sullied her name and blasted her to the community as an unholy woman, because this woman was professing to be a holy woman, right? That woman said that the dude that's been faithful to her and produced all these children, she would fight to take the children from him because she ain't going to have him raising them with no other woman. So she would take them out of the sphere of their protection and out of their hedge and put her into her evil hedge, because that's what it would be. Right now, her and the children have the hedge, and the hedge is a righteous man in the house. Now, I know them, right? However, the woman said if she decides to leave the hedge, right, she would take the children from amongst the hedge too. Because somehow or another, she believes that the Most High would bless that. And I told her, no, you're wrong. The Most High will doom that. All right? And that would be of her own causing, right? But here's some more why I think this person is a man. Good day, brother. I have a question. This is M-Slam, right? I have a question about what you said about the black man and the white man seed. Now, I should have taken a hint here, because she is about to dismiss the seed, right? Can you prove it with scripture that the black man's seed with a woman of another nation will be black?
Yes, because the scripture is all about the Father. The scripture is very plain about that, right? Because Deuteronomy says a bastard, and we went on over Deuteronomy 23:2. All right, so she lacks understanding, shall not enter into the congregation. And what they was talking about is people that are the product of incest in Deuteronomy, right? The black woman, the sister, is important. Okay, I agree that the sister is important, but the black woman is not, right? So this is a black woman. Let's not get it twisted, right? And she's trying to use her twisted logic to pimp the scriptures, right? And she's trying to put black women in a favorable light, which they're not. All right. Now, the sisters are important, but no more important than how they behave and whom they serve. What is important to the Most High is who the women are taught to serve. If the women are taught to serve the Most High, then any woman that is taught to serve the Most High, any Israelite man, Hebrew man, can take them as a wife. If they're taught to worship pagans, oh, that's the black women in the United States. They're all Christians. Then we're not supposed to have Christian women. Why? Because they're abominations. They worship pagan gods. They celebrate Christmas. They are waiting on white Jesus. All right? They disobey every commandment that that's in the scriptures. The only time they try to use the scripture is to use them out of context, like this woman did here. All right? Now, I said in another video, it seemed like this person didn't have any children. All right? Because they trying to make leaps and stuff. One, just because somebody's the oldest son don't mean they're going to be any good at something. The younger son might be able to be better at it. Why isn't the oldest son the best football player? Who knows? Right? It has nothing to do with the woman. Has more so to do with that son's drive and the father. Because that's how men choose, based on drive. Right? And so she goes through all of this. Right? Now, why is Aaron's brother Moses' seed picked to be the priest and not Moses' seed? One, because Moses was a warrior and not a priest. He had blood on his hand. Aaron was not a warrior. He was a Nabi. He was a mouthpiece of the Most High. That's why his sons were picked to be priests. All right? And then basically, drive. All right? And Deborah led Israel for maybe a battle. All right? Now, this woman does not read scripture at all, and she does not. Lord, okay. All right, here we go. Bake today, leaving till morning. This is a foolish woman. This woman is foolish. All right, a day, when we say day, all right, Sabbath day, Sabbath night, day, night. When we say day, we don't necessarily mean morning. Morning does not consist of day. Day is a complete evening and morning time frame. Day is a complete evening, then morning time frame. As it says in Genesis, evening and the morning was the first day. Evening and the morning was the second day. Evening and the morning was the third day. Because the Most High stated it that way, that's why it is done that way. All right. So this is a foolish woman. I could tell this is the foolish woman. All right. The morning is separated from night, but the day is not separated from night. All right. And so she's trying to determine how the Most High did his work. All right, so this woman is overcomplicating, getting into foolishness, right? Now, in the Passover, it says each man to his own house, not woman. The importance in everything is about the seed, right? Now, as I analyzed and looked at this a little closer, I thought this was somebody just trying to be a pimp. All right. Then I realized it was more likely a woman being pimped by foolish pimps. You know, like Chocolate Giddy Up, Quack Quack. Or her white pimp, you know, Captain Kangaroo Pimp. Whatever pimp she's being pimped by, I can tell she don't have a husband. Because if she did, or a righteous husband, because if she did have a righteous husband, she wouldn't be coming on there trying to make women seem like something that they're not. And the one thing that black women are not are wives. So no, they don't have understanding. They're not wives of righteous men. They're wives of anything else or any kind of man they can control, but they are not the wife of a righteous man. So she cannot understand what's going on, and she cannot understand what's going on because she has the wrong frame of mind, because she has that feminist frame of mind trying to put importance and protection where it is not. All right. The Most High don't care about the egg. It's always been about the seed. All right. Now, where the seed is planted, it has a lot to do with it. All right. There's no doubt in that. Which means that you should not plant a seed into an evil black woman that ain't trying to understand scripture or anything, and that's going to fight you on every single thing you try to do as a decent and righteous man. You don't plant your seed in a black woman that the first thing she want to do is forget your recent history and your past history and how good black men have been to her and her comrades, like all them female rappers that's only on Black Girls Rock and stuff like that couldn't get nowhere without the black man. But as soon as they get with a little bit, they leave the black women. Them black women, they need to be left alone. Why? Because they belong to the demons. They belong to the white man. They do not belong into the camp, and we should not bring those women into the camp. Why? Because they serve idols. They want to bring Christmas with them. They want to bring Easter with them. They want to bring white Jesus with them. They want to bring them crosses with them. They want to bring the Christmas tree and them bulbs and ornaments with them. They want to bring the white man's teaching with them. They want to bring forgetfulness of everything that the white man has done. They want to bring forgetfulness of the evil of black women. Oh, but they want to bring remembrance of all the Pookies and Ray Rays they slept with. All right, these women have no heart. They have no conscience. They have no mind. They are evil in every sense of the scriptural definition of evil. We are not supposed to unite with us. So if any other women want to unite and they have been trained to not follow idols, to not get all up in that Christmas thing, to follow their man as he rules over them. Remember, you black women, y'all don't want to submit. Y'all ain't having no man rule over you, right? So we shouldn't mate with you. You're garbage. You're garbage with that kind of mentality. The women that's not garbage are the women that's read Genesis, the 3rd chapter, and seen that man is supposed to rule over them. Seen that the seed is important, so she wants to bear seeds and bring up strong fruit, strong trees, strong communities. She wants to be compliant to her man. She wants to help him build, not tear down. She wants to be with him for the long haul. All right? She wants to submit to a righteous man. Oh, last I checked, that's not the modern day black woman. With that said, I'm out.